JCD Bros.
This company probably made the best Joy-Cons for Nintendo Switch. If you have owned a Nintendo Switch, you probably already have heard of this company or seen some of the reviews. I have been using these Joy-Cons for a couple of months now, and I think I'm finally starting to understand why people love them. But why is this company making what might be the best Joy-Cons out there when the Switch life cycle is ending? Let's find out why. At the end of this video, you will know if this controller is worth replacing your old Joy-Cons. This is Mobapad M6HD. Hi, I'm Chu from JCD Bros. I spent the last 10 years as a product manager, working with engineers and clients figuring out what people actually care about. When I'm not doing that, I'm the guy who research and watch tons of reviews before buying anything. So whenever I find a product that surprises me, I'm gonna talk about it. Full disclosure, Mobapad did send me this controller to check out. I'm not affiliated with the company, they didn't pay me, and they haven't seen this video before it went live. Everything you hear is 100% my own take. I'm sharing this because this product really surprises me. Mobapad started back in 2018, based in Guangzhou, China. First, they were called Mobile Game. In the early days, Mobapad dropped their first few products. In 2018, it was an RGB gaming mouse. Then in 2019, they launched the one-handed keyboard. They even made a phone case for mobile gamers. But here's the thing. Gaming keyboard, mice, phone cases, that market is saturated. They are competing with the giants like Logitech, Razer, Corsair, and dozens more just like them. It's what people call a red ocean. Tons of competition, low margin, and no mercy. Most startups are trying to compete in that space. And honestly, unless you are really in the niche gaming gear, you have probably never heard of them. Their first couple of products didn't break into mainstream. You could feel they were still trying to figure things out. Then, in 2020, something changed. Mobapad released their first Pro controller for Nintendo Switch. It had a sleep-wake function, and that's about it. And the problem is, this controller was only released in China. Outside of China, people didn't know about it. Here's what I found. I was digging around on Bilibili, China's version of YouTube, and saw this one comment on an old review. And this comment really caught my eye. Here's the translation. I strongly do not recommend domestic Chinese controllers. I personally bought 5 different domestic controllers ranging from 90 to 300 yuan. Let me get this straight to the point. Chinese brand controllers are all trash. Original controllers, although they are expensive, but it maintains high standards across the board. This isn't rocket science. Their parts are easy to source. Just go to Taobao and you will find tons of cheap Chinese-made replacement parts, which are actually better than the ones found inside domestic controllers. I really hope domestic brands start taking quality seriously. Learn from what others do well and stop investing so much effort into cutting corners and slashing costs. And this comment, it didn't fall on deaf ears. Because right around 2020, Mobapad made a hard pivot. They laser focused on one thing: make the best gaming controllers. And from that point on, they have been dialing in. Fast forward to the end of 2023, Mobapad dropped the Nintendo Switch Joy-Con controller that changed everything for them. The Mobapad M6HD. This wasn't just their best release. It was the moment they arrived. And here's the bold part. They're starting going global. Grab the Mobapad domain, lock in the branding, and send out products to reviewers. Also, they are claiming this controller is better than original Joy-Cons. If you look at the M6HD specs, This isn't just a tweak or a clone. It's basically a complete rebuild of Joy-Cons. Here are the highlights. Hall effect joysticks, Omron mechanical switches, liquid silicone membrane, original HD rumble, original Joy-Cons rails, gyro, accelerometer, NFC reader, swappable D-pad, palm rings, and faceplates. Sleep-wake function, ergonomic grip, works on multiple platforms. Dedicated apps allow you to adjust macros, joystick sensitivity, vibration, and firmware updates. Mobapad kept all the stuff people like about Joy-Cons and fixed everything have been complaining about for years. No stick drift, better buttons, ergonomic grips, and customization. The only thing that left out is the IR motion camera. The M6HD is basically a giga chat of Joy-Cons. This is the Joy-Cons controller people have been begging for since 2017. To be honest, I'm really impressed. They listened to the feedback and sourced the right parts. Used the mature and the proven hardware like Omron mechanical switches, original rails, and original HD rumble. The controller is premium and there's no cheap knockoff hardware inside. The M6HD just works right out of the box. Slide in or pair it wirelessly. I think this controller is built for everyone. Whether you are a casual gamer just chilling with Animal Crossing or strategy try-hard grinding Smash Online, it just works. But if you like to customize everything, you can go crazy with their app. Custom macros, joystick sensitivity, vibration tuning, game profile setup, etc. At this point, if you are thinking picking one up, I'll drop a link down in the description. By through that link, I do get a small kickback at no extra cost to you. Thank you so much. Now, let's talk about competition. There are few well-known Joy-Con makers out there, like Hori, INNE, and NYXI, but none of them are able to match the raw specs of M6HD. After my research, there isn't any serious competition in the Joy-Con space. Here's the weird part. Mobapad dropped this controller so late in the Switch 1 life cycle, but they still went all in. They didn't just make a cheap clone. They basically maxed this thing out. I think there are three big reasons why these controllers are well received. First, at the end of Switch 1 life cycle, with a mature supply chain and lower cost, by now, basically all Switch 1 hardware are widely available. Second, effort. Most brands don't bother building a Joy-Con controller. They rather make a pro-style controllers because, it's easier. Third, engineering. Split Joy-Cons are hard to build. You are dealing with two separate units. They have to sync wirelessly. They need to slide into rails, and you gotta match raw spec of the original Joy-Cons. That's why companies like AP Duo, Gamser, who makes amazing controllers, haven't touched this space. They have stuck to single-piece controller, just like the rest of their product lineup. From what I have seen, only Hori, INNE, and NYXI have really tried making full Joy-Con replacement. But the Mobapad M6HD, they really went all out. This isn't some budget-friendly compromise. It's a full spec-out Joy-Con replacement. And I think something most companies forget. Like Steve Jobs once said,
is to try to make the best products we can. And if we succeed, they'll buy them. And if we don't, they won't.
Alright, let's be real for a second. The M6HD is not perfect. It got quirks. First, noise. The Omron mechanical switches feel amazing, but they are loud. You will definitely hear every click, especially if you are gaming in the late night or around others. Second, firmware updates. You need a separate app to update the firmware, and you can only connect one Joy-Con at a time during updates. It's not a deal breaker, but it's kind of annoying. The size. The M6HD are bigger than the original Joy-Cons. If you are someone who likes to carry your Switch around, you will need to buy a Mobapad custom case just to carry it safely. Fourth, QC issues. Most units are solid, but there have been few reports of shoulder buttons getting stuck, like this one on Reddit, where the CL button wasn't functioning properly. Fifth, button layout. This one is subjective, but if you are planning to use this on PC, you can't swap the button layout. Yes, this Joy-Con work on PC. However, it requires an additional USB dongle to get it work. Last, HD rumble. Now, technically it has HD rumble, but when you attach the Joy-Con in handheld mode, certain games that utilize HD rumble heavily can get inconsistent. Some players reported this issue on Reddit. A fun fact, HD rumble can actually play sound through the vibration in some games. Although the M6HD is using the same original HD rumble hardware, unfortunately the M6HD just doesn't quite hit the 101 rumble feel. Hopefully in the future the firmware updates can address this issue. Or maybe it's a hardware limitation. Or Nintendo Switch straight up gatekeeping the secret sauce for their own Joy-Con. Overall, I think the positives outweighs the negatives. You don't often see people begging for a successor product on their company page. In fact, when Mobapad releases others' new product, fans are still asking, when can we get M6HD for Switch 2? That really says a lot. The future support. The M6HD support Switch 2 wirelessly with their latest firmware. By the time you are watching, Mobapad should have released the M6HD Joy-Cons adapter for Switch 2. You can now also use the M6HD Joy-Cons on your Switch 2. Do check out the Mobapad official website. On top of that, they have also confirmed they are building a new Joy-Con controller for Switch 2. So yeah, I'm definitely be watching. Overall, Mobapad is a total underdog in this space. Because they never give up, that's what got them here today. They are not chasing hype, they are just building better products. And this time, they really nailed it with M6HD. If you enjoyed this, there's a bonus short clip waiting at the end. Stick around, I will see you over there. Until then, take care, hit that like and subscribe button. Cheers guys, have a good one.